What's up, guys? We are back. Fitness Profit Multiplier, Anthony and Jimmy. Today, we're going to be talking to new gym owners today. And even if you're an existing gym owner, this could still help you because it's just talking about the basics here. But we're going to give you guys 3 tips for new gym owners. So, Big Jimmy, you ready for this, man? I mean, remember in the beginning what it was like? Start off, you just got the keys, you ordered all the equipment. Remember that feeling?
Yeah, it was fun. It was stressful. It was crazy, but you know, and there's some things that we didn't do early enough, and there's some things that we would recommend against that some gurus are saying that you should be doing in this episode. So some gurus out there tell you do this, do that. They say, oh, well, you have to have this. You have to sit in this seat of your business in the beginning. You have to hire this out. You have to do this. And sometimes it's not all it's cracked up to be. So we'll give you from real gym owners, practical experience, and what we believe is the best way to go with these 3 tips today.
Yeah. And guys, like we talked about, this is probably going to be a little bit basic, right? Like some of this stuff is common sense, but the amount of gym owners we get on the phone with who don't have these things in place, it's mind blowing that you can even get your business so far. Listen, we've made these mistakes, so that's how we know. But first, tip number 1, you need a CRM system. Simple as that. You need a system to charge people for billing. I am so guilty of this. I was doing that manually, which was horrendous. You need a CRM system. It allows you to track all your leads. It allows you to track your clients. It allows you to see who's delinquent, who didn't pay, who paid, how many sessions they did. I used to have people in the beginning physically signing in. I had a session sheet printed out. They had 10 sessions, whatever it was, that there was a little mark on the 10 sessions when they had to pay again, and I'd have to go through the book and do that. So that was a huge time suck and a very, very inefficient way to run my business. So you need a CRM system. And we recommend Zen Planner. That's probably the best one that we've been through. I had MindBody for like a day and I hated it. So Zen Planner was the easiest one to do what we need to do in this business.
And we've talked about Zen Planner before. We've talked about CRMs before, but Zen Planner has great customer service. So, I mean, we're not sponsored by Zen Planner, but they have great customer service. They're adding a lot of new features. There's some automations you can use in there. We typically like a different system for automations, but just because their UI on the automation side is not stellar. But the cool thing about their automations, you can actually link it to the attendance of a client because their attendance is tracked within there. So that's a cool thing if you want to send specific emails in regards to attendance or specific text messages in regards to what sessions they've attended. But I digress. It's funny that Anthony brings up how he was running around like a chicken with his head cut off in the beginning with the CRM stuff. I didn't know that you had a sign-in sheet. Just taking it from the old Gold's Gym playbook, man. This one-on-one clients just got to sign there and they set that up so you wouldn't get your commission on the training of the session unless the client had signed it, right? And I remember those days. Both kind of were from Gold's Gym when we were first working as trainers. But I remember Anthony, we were in a group together, and I remember Anthony was just on his phone like crazy during the like meetings we were in. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, why are you on your phone so much? Oh, these people want to move their sessions, and I got to book them into these other sessions and move them around. And I'm like, you're in another state. You're not, your gym is in another state. Like, why are you doing that? And I'm like, dude, it's going to be so much easier if you just have something, you know? And at that point, I think you had like a $500,000 gym when you were just like texting everybody still. And I'm like, dude, that sounds like a fucking nightmare. I'm just like, and it was, but Anthony and I have both shown each other the light on some things, over the years. So it's just funny to see where we've come from. So I had a CRM from the beginning, but or a management software. It was a pain in the ass to get my clients to actually utilize the scheduling feature because I didn't actually utilize the scheduling feature in the beginning. I didn't like make them book. I just would check them in when they came in for whatever session. But it'll make your life so much easier from the beginning. You use it and you use it in the way that it's intended to be used from the very beginning, because it makes your life so much easier.
Yeah, I mean, and like he said, we're guilty of this. We're gym owners just the same way you are. We own personal training facilities. We've hit that $1 million run rate. I have multiple facilities. So guys, I mean, we've made these mistakes before. That's how we know what to talk about here. So yeah, like Jimmy said, I had a $500,000 business and I was still doing that. And once I got Zen Planner and started using it, it made my life 10 times easier. Do people still text in on the gym line? Yes, absolutely. But it's usually for other minor stuff here and there, but it's not the way it was like that. So right out the gate, you definitely need that CRM system. It will make your life 10 times easier. 10 times. Now you don't have to track how many sessions people come in. It ticks off the session automatically, and that's that. So that's the first thing. Tip number 1, get yourself a CRM system. Again, we recommend Zen Plan. Number 2, your first hire. And this is a really, really big one. Your first hire. So the first hire, definitely, we've talked about this so many times, and we kind of went back and forth. I always say sometimes it should be the janitor. Depends on the size of your gym, but I believe that first hire should be another trainer to help you. The main goal initially is, no matter how much you actually love training, your job as the gym owner is to sell and market your facility. So we need to get you doing that as much as we can. So if we pull you out of sessions and put somebody else in the sessions to train the clients, you will do the most efficient job. You basically bought back your time from that, and now you can focus on selling and filling your gym and acting like a real business. And I know what you're thinking. There's no way my clients only want to train with me. Baloney. You are replaceable. I'm replaceable. Jimmy's replaceable. In fact, as a gym owner, you want to be replaceable. You want your gym to not be replaceable. And the way your gym is not replaceable is if you focus as the gym owner on sales and marketing.
And to that point, there's a lot of businesses out there, franchises and business owner groups or what have you, that don't require the owner to know the skill that is needed to perform that service, right? So like a hair salon, for example, maybe people start a hair salon and they're seasoned in that and they got passionate about it and they opened it. But there's a lot of hair salon franchises that the owner has no idea and is not trained to cut hair, to color hair, to do waxing, to do massage, a spa, right? Whatever it is.
Whoa. What kind of massage place? I mean, what kind of hair place you go to? Massage, all this other stuff that goes on there?
Just other examples. Like even one of my employees has his parents own a massage place, and they don't know how to massage people. They don't have those skills. So sometimes it makes more sense to pull yourself away from the training, because there are owners of businesses that don't have the skills that are part of the service that are applied to that end user. So for you to be the person that is doing that and can jump in and all this stuff hinders you in a way, because you're just covering the service. So you don't want to be covering the service. You want to be hiring that first person. And a lot of gurus will say, hire an admin, right? They always say hire an admin, because the admin tasks are the less expensive tasks that you can hire somebody for cheaper to do, right? But when you're new and you're a new business owner, there aren't a ton of administrative tasks to do. So there's something flawed with the logic of putting a dollar amount on the time that you're spending in the beginning. Put that dollar amount on the time that you're spending, and you say, I want to get rid of the lowest value task, or the task that I can pay the least for, is not necessarily the best use of your time, because if you're just paying for an admin, they're not taking you off the training floor when you could be selling members. They're just taking those tasks off your plate that you can do at any time of day. So you have to look at the time of day that you're going to be doing these tasks and how to relieve yourself from it so that you can actually sell. That's the biggest ticket when we're talking about scaling you and scaling the business, take yourself off the training floor as quickly as possible, because then you're also not getting clients that are rooted to you, they're rooted to the brand. So admin tasks in the beginning is a small amount of time. You eventually need somebody to take on admin tasks. But in the beginning, it's easier to get a trainer in because it scales you so much faster.
100%, man. And you said a lot of smart things there too. And like, we're almost cursed with the sense like, okay, we know what to do here. Because like Jimmy said, you can go and buy a franchise and you don't have to know how to do anything. You can buy the franchise and just know how to run the business. And that's what a real business owner does. You have to look at your business that way. And guys, if you think, oh, I'm going to die with this business, I'm always going to be doing this business, you never know what's going to happen. We help the gym owner sell his gym. You know, we help somebody get out of their role and sell their gym. So it's like, you never know when you're going to be out of this. And you have to start treating it like a business and not just a job. You just, as soon as you get the keys, this is a real business. So you have to treat it as such. So I'm glad Jimmy said that, because it does shed some light on those of you who think like, okay, I'm going to be doing this forever. Because no, you're not going to be an 80-year-old trainer. That was my fear. That was my fear when I started. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to be 50 years old training people. And now I'm in the position where that's not the case. So you have to think of the same thing. And the only way to do that is to start pulling yourself out of the session and sit in that sales and marketing seat. All right. So third tip is, and this is a gold one, a lot of people don't do this, do the lead follow-up. That's right, guys. The lead follow-up, the boring stuff, picking up the phone and start dialing. So we set KPIs at my gym, or those of you that don't know what a KPI is, it's key performance indicators. So we have certain numbers that, and again, my business is a lot more established than some of you who might be listening to this, but we have, you know, certain things that we need to do. But again, it follows back up to what I'm about to say with lead follow-up. So in my gym, we have, I got to pull up the exact numbers as we speak right now, because I don't remember what they are off my head, but we set certain KPIs and certain numbers. So we are supposed to, and I can't find my sheet right now. Hold on, I'm pulling it up right now in a second. I'm going to tell you my numbers exactly. So anyway, so my head salesperson is responsible for doing certain amount of things every day. So every day she's responsible for dialing 40 leads. Every day, no matter what, dialing 40 leads. That's the goal. So dial 40 leads. The goal is to get about 9 pickups. So 9 people like actually picking up the phone, and booking about 4 to 5 assessments from that call. But again, guys, this is tedious and boring. It's tedious and boring. It's not fun to pick up, just ring, ring, ring. It's not fun to do. But it's that boring lead follow-up that makes a difference between a regular business and $1 million a year business.
Got to do it, man. I don't know how many times we can say it or how many times we can slice it, but you got to pick up that phone. You got to dial your people. You can have somebody else do it at a certain point in your business, but when you're a new gym owner, you can't just rely on an automated email sequence or a automation to get people booked in. It's belly to belly business, right? You're coaching these people. So you have to call them. You have to get them excited about it. You got to get them in the gym. And the easiest way to do that is to get them on the phone as quickly as possible. So if you're avoiding it and you're getting some call reluctance, you just have to start and just set your time up. The power hour is so valuable for us in our businesses. It's, you set an hour a day and you just dial. And then once that hour is up, you stop dialing, right? It's one of the easiest ways to make sure that you complete this task on a regular basis. And then you pass that on to your team and just go, okay, it's power hour. So between the hour of 1 and 2 or 4 and 5 or whatever it is, this is the hour that I have in my day to call, and you just call, right? And it just, you know, you're going to get voicemails, you're going to get hangups, you're going to get things that happen, but it's all about the numbers, right? It's a numbers game. So don't expect huge volumes of people answering the phone, but that dialing is what gets people in eventually. You get contacts with some people and you can convert them. So you just got to do it. That's the long and short of it.
I'm going to leave it off at this. And if you're a newer gym and you're like, wow, well, you guys dial 40 leads a day. 40 people get phone calls from AB Fitness every day. It's like, I don't have that many people to call. You have your old clients, right? And you can call them. Heck, at this stage in the beginning, call your current clients. Sell them something else. They're coming twice a week. Hey, Mrs. Jones, I noticed you've been doing really well coming twice a week. Do you ever think about coming 3 times a week? Do you ever think about doing some nutrition? These are the best ways to grow your gym. And if you guys want help with any of this, you can just click all those links below and we'll help you get to that next level. So until next time, Anthony and Jimmy, Fitness Profit Multiplier, we are out.